Have you ever wondered why your phone responds instantly when you touch it with your finger, but does absolutely nothing when you try to use a plastic pen or a normal glove? The secret is something called capacitive touch technology. Most modern smartphones use a capacitive touchscreen. Underneath the glass is a very thin layer of electrically conductive material. The screen continuously creates a tiny electrical field across its surface. Now, here's where your finger becomes special. Your body naturally conducts electricity. When you touch the screen, your finger slightly changes the electrical field at that particular point. The phone detects that tiny change and essentially says, something conductive just touched me right here. It then calculates the location of that change and tells the software exactly where you touched. That's how the phone knows whether you tapped an icon, swiped across the screen, or pressed a keyboard key. But what happens when you touch the screen with a plastic pen? Plastic is generally an electrical insulator. It doesn't interact with the screen's electrical field in the same way your finger does. So you can press a plastic object against the display as hard as you want, and the phone may simply ignore it. But there's an interesting exception. Have you noticed that some gloves work with touchscreens while others don't? Normal wool or leather gloves usually prevent your finger from interacting properly with the screen. But touchscreen gloves contain conductive material woven into the fingertips. That conductive material allows the electrical interaction needed for the touchscreen to detect your touch. And that's also why a stylus designed for capacitive screens can work even though you're not directly touching the screen with your finger. So your phone isn't actually detecting your finger in the way a camera detects an object. It's detecting a change in electricity. And there's an even more fascinating detail. Your phone can often detect multiple fingers at the same time. That's called multi-touch. When you pinch two fingers together to zoom into a photo, the touchscreen detects changes at two different locations, and the software interprets their movement as a pinch gesture. So the next time you unlock your phone, remember what's really happening underneath that glass. You're not simply pressing a screen. You're changing an invisible electrical field, and your phone is measuring that change millions of times a second. That's one of those everyday technologies we use constantly, but almost never stop to question.